Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey are so for talk, but waiting they happen. Political discussion,
You for know about Salon politics.
religious messages, entertainment self no go left again.
We not go left nothing behind, no.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't
For
come.
developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we
For
all.
developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't
For
come.
developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we
For
all.
developments now we nation Salon.
This not the team them where we dey talk, but
Sierra Leone political history.
defeating the lives of fake people.
Waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
And we let myself and better Salon.
Indeed, Leulek Pisef and Better Salon. Today, na the 27th day of February 2026. That's why I go take welcome on all to this final and last edition of the program, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We don't see how things and they unfold. You within a house, no, so you they watch we through we 48 Shaka Steven Street and we Facebook and YouTube channel. We get we official line with a 076946948. This number there on WhatsApp and also on regular text message. It will be opportune for sending you text message. Of late, we don't see how the All People's Congress don't pull out a 48 hours ultimatum to the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone via the LCPP-led government. For say they not accept the appointment of Sylvester Edmond Alpha. Sylvester Edmond Alpha in appointment come with some clouds with the opposition winner, the main APC counter and say it not befitting for democracy. They look at and say because of national unity, now tripartite resolutions the president for being take. Or according to reports and from interviews from the various individuals in the studio, they say nothing not there with the president do unconstitutional because now the 1991 constitution now and the mandate for a point. But waiting bring the turn around now. Today, Sylvester Edmond Alpha, yesterday they don't veteran a parliament, they don't go interview. Today na the day where then they go for approval. The question we'll go ask is the All People's Congress then gets plan B for in case then appoint Sylvester Edmond Alpha today finally then confine as the Chief Electoral Commissioner. Well, for joining this conversation, we go get a political analyst way based in the United States of America, Dr. Mankota. Dr. Mankota gets vast knowledge politically and in also they do social commentary via in Facebook page when at Talking Points. You go join me right inside the studio via phone line where you go discuss the issue of Sierra Leone and we go rub more small. And also we go rub more small about the constitutional review, the way forward and waiting next for Sierra Leone as we don't they see with sovereignty don't they get tip and tap. We will also be joined on the Zoom line Dr. Jallo himself na a political analyst we go discuss all of them. I want to stay tuned. Me name na Elizabeth Kefu Igembe. We go straight to Dr. Mankota na the United States of America. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, Dr. Mankota.
Good morning, and I'm very happy to be on your show.
All right, so Dr. Makota, we dey go straight to the point. We don't see where the All People's Congress, when at the main opposition party, then rejects the appointment of Edmond Sylvester Alpha with a long laundry list of things then we then say the man not be fit for be chief electoral commissioner for the 2028 elections. Then the man fit say he had no clean and they not go trust her. The public may ask say if now the tripartite then they work with or now the 1991 constitution. As a political analyst, what in this mean for democracy?
Well, first of all, before I even answer your question, I just want to make a declaration, say, statement the way they can do now, they can make now. I know they talk on behalf of the APC party. The APC party gets a structure. We then get a PRO. We na the only person who is responsible for talk on behalf of the APC party. However, me na APC person, I was the PRO for APC USA, and but today I can talk as an ordinary citizen and a member of the APC party. Now, coming to your question, we all know what happened in 2023. The election was so contested to the extent that they get for form some kind of a tripartite way then for look into election issues, and the appointment of the electoral commissioner is in the center of the tripartite, because within the APC being do, the APC be accused the former electoral commissioner for say he manipulates the election, not him bring the problem. So if we want for make we election in a way where everybody go feel same is represented, the first thing we get for do is for listening to everybody. And within I understand the APC and don't give this 48 hours ultimatum. They get right to give 48 hours ultimatum, because in a democracy it is not always about the majority. Because if it is always about the majority, then there is no democracy. Democracy should look at the majority and the concerns of the minority. And the APC, as the opposition, get a concern. We then say, this guy, Mr. Edmond Alpha, he gets a lot of baggage, including the previous elections. And if then say, well, they need for withdraw, because right now, confidence building, now in what they try for do now we democracy right now, right? The APC is distrusted because of the system, because of what happened. The government say, well, let we put this system for look into some of the issues there. We then say they acknowledge. If they want to do anything, first of all, they need to consult the APC party. The APC party is supposed to get a role for play. But if the government now say, well, would they look to the 1991 constitution, constitutionally they get the right for doing. But at the end of the day, in a situation wherein the country is looking to unify everybody so that the next election no will be chaotic. I believe say this is what the APC is trying to do. I don't know whether the APC is going to go back, because to be honest with you, the reason why probably the SLPP not take we seriously, when they look at history for say, when they put an ultimatum, then we reverse we ultimatum. Maybe that's not make the SLPP say, you know what, they may not do one before, maybe that the same thing get for happen, they not get nothing for what they get for do. I know say definitely they get for approve that mandate, but within the way forward, how they go able to work with the opposition in any democracy, the opposition is supposed to be part of the government, because they get a role for play. So I think the SLPP-led government need for look at some of the previous incidents we happen, the situation we happen, we then say they acknowledge him. That past election get a lot of issues, because if they're not acknowledged, they're not for being agreed for set up the tripartite. So now the APC, they feel say, well, it's like say the government just want for do what they want for do, they don't want for listening to it. That's not me own take.
All right. Before we come to you, I bring in Dr. Jalloh. May Dr. Jalloh get in view on this. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, Dr. Jalloh. All right, Dr. Jalloh not join with. Dr. Makota, what do you feel say this could be Sierra Leone go become a one-party state or so?
I don't think Sierra Leone will ever be a one-party state, but Sierra Leone will be a democratic process in which the opposition is not, looked into. Because if the government, they just do what they want to do, technically it is true, it's kind of a one-party state. But the fact that election therefore take place, because a one-party state means there is no other competitor. That's that party they now in they do everything. Now in they make election. Now within that same party, now they all the candidate then therefore come on. So I'm not going to take and say again for be a one-party state, but again probably again for bring a lot of problem now with democracy, and with democracy is too young for make we begin for do waiting will they do so. Imagine if now the APC right now in the power they do so. I believe say the SLPP then will react the same thing.
All right. Why the SLPP go do the same thing, or the APC then a power they join on the phone via Zoom? Dr. Jalloh. Dr. Jalloh also based in the United States of America. Right now, Maryland, where INSEF go give in word to this. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, Dr. Jalloh.
Good morning, Elizabeth, and good morning to all the people the way they listen way. For way on this topic, history teaches us, say, if you look at the one-party system where Shaka Stevens succeed for install in a salon, and for me, I just add a disclaimer. I will be talking like as an independent somebody, who not the SLPP or APC, but we see most often Africa, whenever government they in power, they try for establish itself, they try for muzzle opposition. So, and because we institutions them so young and the democracy so young, it will be very difficult if the opposition not come out strongly for emphasize make the government not move forward with this kind of action where they intend for do, because most likely the action will succeed and it will get a repercussion in a sense. It will give the other incoming government after them for use every kind of loophole way available in the constitution for also do something similar, and it will not go well.
All right, it not go well. Before you come in, Dr. Makota from the United States also just been a try for talk, something around the 48-hour ultimatum. Dr. Jalloh, being an international political analyst, waiting you feel say this go mean for democracy now that today na Sylvester Alpha in approval, and if the opposition not there, then end up for approve Dr. Alpha. What does that mean for with democracy?
If a nation can get weak institutions, even the United States now will get very strong institutions, but because of the power of the executive, and the executive can get ways of the executive get in ways them approved, it will find out say it will be very difficult for be a democracy where they serve all the people them, as they see what they happen currently in the United States with all the judiciary. We they see even this executive they try for go against certain judiciary decisions. Talk less now of Salon. If really like people them no stand, people them where they are independent institutions, them like the PPRC or the constitutional judge them or lawyer them in Sierra Leone, they not really stand against this thing. This now one punch in the towards the death of democracy in Sierra Leone, because let me be very clear, people then they observe any subsequent government will go come after this, then go test the limit more than waiting the current government they test.
All right, Dr. Mankota, you don't hear waiting Dr. Jalosef don't say na an international researcher we just don't tell we this nice slap on democracy. So you, what do you feel say the All People's Congress go do differently where peace and cohesion go continue in the nation?
For make them continue for do their function as an opposition. I'm against the concept of opposition in Africa. Now that make we meet na the APC party, the opposition therefore be constructive and hold the government accountable. Like what they do so, now the function of the opposition for make sure say the government will able to do the right thing, not only for themselves but for the country. And one of the things we right now is very, very important for make everybody know is that with democracy is at a crossroad. Waiting happen in 2023, we no want for make it repeat again. And therefore, the APC party, in as much as I know say they not get the power right now for reverse or for stop this, because in African politics, the ruling government wants you for make you boycott in the first place, because when you boycott, you make them very easy. The other doctor, Wade Naya, na this program, they talk about the time for talk about America. In Africa, the ruling party wants you for make you boycotts. It make them very easy, and we don't get an experience during the 2019 lower by election we been go on, where the APC come out and say, you know what, we not think say the ECSL no they do a fair job, so therefore we suspend with participation. Yes, some people were very happy, but that's not the way democracy is supposed for be. And as I always they emphasize, the minority supposed to play a crucial role, just as the majority. Now, in the it will make a democracy make a flourish in a country like Sierra Leone. So I know say then for approve this. But what think for happen in the election? It already put a template for the APC for go back and say, no, this nine will be the time for talk about. Now look at then don't if we election again. The government supposed for also listening to the opposition. Any government we know they listen to the opposition, that kind of a dictatorial government. And this is what is going on in Sierra Leone today.
All right, Dr. Jallo, do you see this government as a dictatorial government? Hello, Dr. Jallo. All right, so we don't lost Dr. Jallo. He will try for come back. But Dr. Mankota, you talk about look like say it's a dictatorial. Is the 1991 constitution a dictatorial constitution?
No, but the constitution alone is not enough for make you able to manage a country. You know that. That's why we have parliament. That's why we have other legislation. That's why we also have civil service, because civil servant, other non-governmental organizations, right? Because if you just focus on the constitution not able for give you everything what you need as a social animal for make you able to manage a country like Sierra Leone. So if we don't come, we see the experience, because now the time for revise that constitution, because we realize the 1991 constitution, most of the things that we did are not compatible with modern society, modern democracy. That is why we are trying to do a revision of that constitution. So yes, the constitution is very paramount, but at the end of the day, there are certain laws and there are certain things where a government or a country will able to do, where then go able to supplement the constitution. And those items, those legislations, those agreements are vital as well in a democratic system.
All right, Dr. Jallo, Dr. Mankota says Sierra Leone, it look like saying a dictatorial government stay in place. As a researcher, international researcher, do you agree to that?
Dictatorship not something where it just happen overnight, but it happen through certain actions them way they take over the years. So if you look at the actions the way this government done they take for the past years, you can be right to conclude that they are slowly going towards that in a democratic manner. So in a democratic manner, in a sense, you can use a constitution to govern like in a way a dictator governs, because no constitution in the world is perfect. Now we get amendments, we get legislatures, and every other government institution like the Electoral Commission or the Media Commission, they all then get their own rules and regulations which can be tied to the Constitution. But what we see with the 1991 Constitution is that it gives more power also to the executive. The executive already gets in power, then the constitution also gives the executive another more added power. So if you say you deflect all of those powers, sometimes you can tamper those with waiting to happen on the ground. Is this decision that I'm going to do popular, and what is it going to cause? So you therefore ask yourself all of them questions in there. So I always look for come with a contrast with the United States of America. People that may feel say the United States of America is the greatest democracy, but we get president and where they tamper that with maturity and look at the atmosphere. If I do this, what will people think about me? But now we have a president that doesn't think about that. So when he do something, people are, oh no, now we've been thinking America, then democracy, this and that, but now look at what the president they do. But is he doing the things legally? Yeah, he's doing the things because the executive always everywhere in the world they get power. But sometimes you have to use that power. You think about the position where you occupy and what it mean for the nation.
All right, Dr. Jallow, waiting it mean for the nation a very big thing where every Sierra Leonean go wish that is good. But when you look at the appointment of Sylvester Alpha, is it something where for come off from the tripartite or the 1991 Constitution as an international researcher?
It should always come from, as has been, from all other electoral commissioners, like I know since Tijan Kaba era, from the Constitution. The tripartite committee come as a result of the misunderstanding we didn't get in 2023. If at all you want to also follow the resolutions where then arrive at that waiting self, they try for honor also all of the resolutions, not pick and choose waiting you take from the tripartite and then push and forward, oh okay, this now because we agree on this, and then you push the thing the way you know like. So if at all you can revert back to the Constitution, I believe say in the able guide more.
All right, Dr. Mankota, when you look at the 1991 Constitution, was there any timeline when the tripartite for kick in directly say this tripartite will declare with effective this state now in we for begin work towards? Was there any timeline for this tripartite implementation for effect?
Well, in some parts of the tripartite, yes, they get a timeline, and some then get a lot of other things we they're supposed to do before they implement that. So one of the things I want to emphasize here is at the end people when they talk about constitution, right, constitution is fine. But like I said, a constitution is a guidance we not go able to do everything what you need for make you able manage a successful election. The constitution will tell you say every 5 years there should be election, right? But some of the parliamentary legislations that then they tell you how this election is going to be conducted, right? Like the 2022 election legislation where them been pulled, we guide with through the 2023 elections. So the election, the constitution is very important. I'm not discarding that at all. And the constitution actually clearly give the president the power for appoint the electoral commissioner. But because of so many experiments we don't go through over the past 30 years or so, we begin bringing certain things that we would enforce that constitution. And if you only pick and choose which one way you want to go with, when it suits you, you say, no, I'm only going with the constitution. When it not suits you, then you also quote other legislation. I think that's the problem right now. What we'll get the tripartite is a system where we dey try for implement for make we election better, because we don't get experience previously, which it don't happen. And now we suppose for begin use some of the clauses, there are some of the things that we don't do for the tripartite for implement it. And this supposed to be one of the things then, because this is a crucial thing where the APC party complain. In fact, that because of the electoral commission, and I make the APC party actually boycotted the last parliament for three months. Now, if we don't say, okay, the president, they consult the opposition before he appoints, and then he sit down and try to find a way for appoint somebody way neutral. Everybody knows, say, Edmond Alpha. Now, one of the problems there in the last election, we know that. So why you try for Brian Camp? Is there any other person we look a little bit clean, so that the next election will be free and fair? That's what the APC is trying to do here, and I support them 100%. You know, then get right for make them come out and try for express this then concern here. Unfortunately, I don't know if we then get any power for make them reverse this. I don't think so. But they have the responsibility for hold the government accountable, because elections are won not during the time of the voting. In Africa, elections are won during the selection of the electoral commissioner and other officers that we get for conduct the election. We know that. And the APC know that. Now that make right now, then they express this concern.
All right, Dr. Jallo, you don't hear me waiting. Dr. Mankota don't just say. You believe, say, the APC no gets no other power for do, and finally these appointments get for go through?
Oh yes. I believe that they are doing the best that they can do for write injunctions or petitions, or use the laws or the tools we are available at in hand. But Africa always, it's very difficult for make an executive revise its course. Whether now they are right or they are wrong, they will they definitely cling to the decision, and particularly if so, they will feel that decision is in their favor. And as things look like, it looks like a deal in the favor of the SLPP.
But should that continue? Is that something where the opposition will continue with the 2028 general elections?
Yes, again, that in politics. So you fight the ways you can with the tools that you have. So maybe, who knows, from now to 2028, there will be so many events that even if the electoral commissioner try for rig, because that under the fear of APC say, okay, it will rig. Maybe circumstances no go dictate. We see in 2007, if you remember the elections between Solomon Berewa and Ernest Koroma. So many people been think say Christian Akop will take him in Ernest Koroma, but situation that the country dictate otherwise. So let them carry on with the constitutional, let them use the constitutional means available or the law means available to them for make and see if they will able to reverse the decision. Otherwise, let them continue for fight judiciously.
All right, Dr. Mankota, let me quickly look at waiting happen Falaba, then 2 days there. Fortunately, we don't get a fact-finding mission. We don't go there. As a political analyst, how you be received that message where you deny the United States? That Sierra Leone, they don't come again from Yenga now, they don't come inside Falaba, and root out the flag where we army officers they may go mount, indicating that's now Sierra Leone soil. How did you receive that message, sir?
it was devastating in the first place. In fact, I actually give a couple comments. I get one program where they do every day, the social media where they call international geopolitics. I talk about that on Monday. I talk about that yesterday, and I talk about the same thing today. One of the problems we will get in our country right now, like with I talk that episode there, is that Sierra Leone gets security. I think one of the problems we government gets right now, they're so focused on trying to suppress internal dissent and forgetting about the external threat we will get. And when younger issue been come, I've been talking and say this is not just a test case. It's kind of an experiment where Guinea they try for do. If we not take a stand in Yanga, the Guinea are going to encroach the country in every direction, and that is exactly what's going on right now. But what more concern me is we military then your reaction. I'm not saying the military has to go and fight. No, we not get that power there for fight. But if HS Komba, one of the spokesman for the military, yesterday I've been watching one of the programs in Sierra Leone. They ask her if you know how many Sierra Leone military personnel the way they arrest. You're not able to give any kind of a substantial number. And what he do, he quotes the Guinean. What in this tell we? It tell we say we have a problem. Because if the military is not able to track their own personnel, then how the military go able to defend the country? And one of the things we find very, very weird, this president, His Excellency President Madabio, now man who don't wear the uniform, he don't fit for that country day as a soldier. So I expect say when he become the president now, if I do better than even Anes Nkrumah or Tijan Kaba, because Tijan Kaba was a civilian president, joined the army. Anes Nkrumah not join the army. In way join the army, we expect more from him. Unfortunately, do a good job. So the military is in disarray. Definitely, I'm not afraid to say that, because if the spokesman not even accounts for how many people they weigh their own, he get for good quote, the kidnappers, because to me, I think I can say now kidnapping. When you go into somebody's house and forcefully arrest somebody, not that kidnapping. So the Guinean, then they kidnap winner, then don't do an Yenga, then don't do an Kono, now then don't do an Falaba. And I understand say even Cambia, then they encroach. And one of the things we I notice, Sierra Leone, when then they deploy na them border them, the army them, and they left a buffer zone between the border itself and who side then deploy, so that it will be a buffer, which supposed to be international norm. The Guinean, what then they do, then they can put the checkpoint right by the border. So the buffer zone now where the Sierra Leone and then left, then take and say, well, that one day, na then territory. So the Sierra Leone and then not get mind for come again na the border. This is the problem. This is the mistake where the Sierra Leonean army then get. I think say they get for revisit some of them policies, then they and try for make sure say then do the right thing. Then the last thing I want to say is that we know say we're not go able for fetch when it comes to budgets. Guinea, the military budget is about $500 million. Last year before last, when at 2024, now $560 million for Guinea. Sierra Leone almost 46 million. So you see the discrepancy between them, but that doesn't mean we're not able for defend with territory. I know say Sierra Leone army now well-trained army. We know say when it comes to training, Sierra Leone army is more trained than the Guineans. But we have to defend our territory, no matter if na sticks we get, we they use them sticks then they for defend that territory. But when we start for negate on with responsibility, Guinea take and say Sierra Leone is weak, so then they continue for encroach into our territory. That is very bad.
All right, Dr. Jalloh, you there overseas when you been received news that we Sojaman then they don't apprehend them, and then be sit on a ground with that video surface. How you been feel, and waiting a be reaction at that time?
Um, I feel somehow surprised, or if English can permit me, astounded. But at the same time, I ask so many questions. But before I ask them question, then I will want to go back in terms of Guinea and Salon relationship. If you look at the diplomacy where exists between them two countries here, you have to have the power, which includes like the leadership styles where then two nations then get. And I believe say not only Samuel Timagai really enjoy presidency in a Salon without Guinean interference. If we come to Shaka Stevens, Staple would have been the fly meet them over Salon airspace. And Shaka Stevens not to do anything. That's not a fundamental flaw. Then if you look at we economy, during Albert Magai, Milty Magai, sorry, Salon will get a very good economy, but move forward to Bailobai the regime or Jamil Sahid and time economy, Salon will still get respect, but lately we don't get any economic power. Everything is dependent on Guinea. Guinea seems like a small region of the territory. You come into the civil war, this younger, Guinea come help Salon fight the war, then give them younger for occupy, then no one left back again. And we can, and Eskoroma, why he enjoy diplomacy? Because he deal with a civilian. And then come Mamadi. You see what did Mamadi do where he can Freetown? He come with an whole armada right inside Freetown. All them actions then you never don't weigh you. We never don't weigh you. He get the way how it hold you based on that. Now, coming to the capture of the soldier, you look at the government press release where Salon pulled. It's just full of language, nothing, no they specifically where they tell you say you get but compared to the Guinean press conference, then give me coordinates, approach them coordinates, then they are right inside Guinean territory. So one, Salon government, where them be put the flag, inside and capture the military people them. Una show me them coordinates then they. Okay, if not a mistake, the mistake can cause inside into Guinea. Or if they're no mistake, what in them when they do they? Or una refute that in they say, okay, una don't pull the XYZ coordinates, say that yeah, una capture with military personnel, but no with military personnel they na yeah. But from all it looks, all points at Salon at fault. Why? Because of the way they respond. Now, you get, as my colleague Naya, Dr. Mankuta mentioned, the economic flexing power is not the same, the military might is not the same, but that does not mean that the Salon military institution is weak. The Salon military institution is not weak. It's just that sometimes when we deal with a particular Guinean style of leadership, with the exception of Alpha Conde, they have all been military people and active or duty or serving. And now when then they meet with we, even the body language, they tell, say they're superior, or then they feel say they're superior past me. And I see this morning, the post from the government perspective, say Team Kaba don't need a delegation for go na Conakry, for go mediate, and I just think about two ways. One, either they humiliate Team Kaba or they intimidate her. Humiliate in the sense, then go get somebody who not really able to make a decision, where go say, I will take the big man card, because Guinea big man not there in the country right now. Or then go get one soldier man where go intimidate her and tell her and say, what you people have been doing now, what is or you don't go able to talk anything. Because again, we don't know the history or the power play where they in the country where we they negotiate with. So I believe say the Salon government for really study the situation, because it don't happen Nayenga, Salon they take delegation, go, then Guinea side, then they take a section chief or a town prefecture for go meet a Salone delegation na border. Well, absolute utter humiliation, because that prefect there or that sub prefect there not able to take any decision. Why we don't take we own CDS or we own big man then for go meet with big people then go send a small somebody, and a humiliation. Or you take somebody, you go and then go intimidate that, like team not military. If you go na Conakry, all of the big man then will get the security services that military people then go talk to that in a certain way that they go frightened. And then the last point where I want to add now about Guinea measure in Salone, where the government not come out and say actually what happened with the Guinean ambassador in Guinea, where they put her on house arrest for this drug stain, and they not tell we how that thing they able to negotiate all of them thing and they. So Guinea, yes, we sovereign, but to them sometimes then they see it just as like a region. So until we step forward, Salone step forward and try for restore that type of diplomacy will be they exist during Mr. Magai in era, we get a long way for go until we really able to negotiate with Guinea on an equal basis, on a sovereign basis.
All right, Dr. Makota, Tim Kabade na Guinea currently we na the foreign affairs minister. Yeah, we wait to you, friend. On the other side, don't say when I researcher, he say now two things: either they humiliate or then kind of embarrass and other two things. Say, and you don't quantify that. Now coming to you, what do you feel say Tim Kabago do differently or better way in order to appear weak diplomatically?
Well, Tim Kaba na a diplomat, so we expect for make it continue for play diplomacy, for make sure say the first thing for make able for get back those soldiers, because it's very important for make we get them back. That's not things that the only thing we go able to do. But the question we all get for us we say, is Guinea actually have any respect for Tim Kaba or this government or Sierra Leone in particular? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Like within Mr. Dr. Jallo just said, the first thing this president, Guinean president Mamadi Doumbouya do for make we allow him for make he take military convoy to drive through we country, go na Freetown with them weapons then they. Which we do nothing absolutely. In fact, people they in the street and they clap. Then they clap. So how that person they will get respect for we? So I don't know what Tim Kabage for do. I hope and I pray for at least make it able get a result where we all they expect, that is the retrieval of the soldiers them, and also I don't know. I think we get one more tool for play. That is the ICG, because we don't go to ECOWAS, we don't go to the other places, we don't go to Mano River Union about Yenga and other places, nothing. So now ICG, now I think say now the only tool now we'll get. The question we asked yesterday, what happened if ICG come and give we the right, but Guinea not comply? Within our next line of action. And I'm not able to answer that question there.
All right. Dr. Makota, this will be my last question to you as His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, the head of ECOWAS. Now, when you look at all this way they happen, it don't fall back now in country, we're not under in foot. So the ordinary layman where they watch you out there, if he say His Excellency go use diplomatic intervention for solve this problem, or people go look at and say a need for use the ECOWAS military for make them come in and fight since now in country. As a political analyst, which of the two you feel say His Excellency for embark on right now?
Definitely, there is not going to be an ECOWAS troop for fight for Sierra Leone. We are a sovereign nation, okay? If we want for defend with territory, Now we get for dinner the war fronts with different with territory. Yes, right now Naina the ECOWAS chairman, but in chairmanship is controlled not by him, but by the power that be. So we that one in a title for Madabi no more. That title. If you like na office messenger, you know the one the way they control, way they out there, way they control. Now then get for send out for go do this, for go do that. So we get for separate in chairmanship as ECOWAS chairman and as president of Sierra Leone. He gets a constitutional duty for protect the country with or without ECOWAS chairmanship. And I expect him for make he do a better job, especially as a former military person, if we do a better job for finding a way how we go able for protect the country from external encroachment.
But in that case, he is the head or he's the chairman and he gives directives. So the ordinary layman, is it possible he's going to give directives should the need arise?
Directives for what? For make them bring ECOWAS
Correct.
troops?
Correct.
No, you the way ECOWAS they work not to like a dictator, because you know the chairman is just the grab no more and give directive. That's not the way ECOWAS they work. Now a concession, that's what they work. When you would then call you put on now the 15 member states, I don't know if now 15 now because 3 don't commodity. So they all get for sit down and try for analyze the situation and come up with recommendation. So even though in a ECOWAS chairman, will just give directives. It will give directive. It is someone a meeting with other member states for make them sit down and try for see how they go able for come up with the best solution. But they just grab them and say, well, are they go deploy ECOWAS troops na Yenga or na Falaba? Nope. He get the constitutional legal obligation for deploy the Sierra Leone troops then without any consultation, because Naina the president of Sierra Leone. But as a chairman of ECOWAS, he not get that power there for just give directive and that happened. No.
All right. Finally, before you left, and waiting will be your statement to the nation where they listen to you.
One of the things where they always talk to me, brothers and sisters, them. Number one, if you're not patriotic, then you don't have a country. You see people like Gaza, Ukraine, and other places where some bullied and they try for bully them. They stand up for who they are and they defend their territory. So in terms of the encroachment of Guinea, we have to come up with a solution, and this again for be collectively. We therefore put politics aside and we come together as Sierra Leonean and try to find a way how we're able to solve this problem. Otherwise, Guinea is going to continue doing this. That's not the one thing. The other thing, when it comes to the internal politics, I just want to make the government understand, say, democracy, especially if you're a leader, you know, they only look at waiting the benefit you, they look at waiting the benefit the country, and how you will look for make you also consider the concerns of the other side, the opposition. And if you just did think, say, what they do because you get the power, you get the military, you get the police, and you get parliament, so therefore, you know need for listening to the other people, concerns, then we're not going to get a good democratic process. And 2028 is now a very, very dangerous time because of what happened. So they urge the president to make a consult with the opposition. Let them sit down. Let them listen to them. Let them find a way. A compromise is something where they come halfway, the other person come halfway, and meet in the middle. But if you say no, you can't meet me, you start meeting up, then it's not a compromise. It's a dictatorship. So I hope, say, Sierra Leoneans are able to understand, say, if Sierra Leone not stable, then there is not going to be any development, irrespective of whose political affiliation you did. Being an APC. But as you know very well, Liz, I don't defend the SLPP on some areas. I don't defend the APC because I think say, in as much as me na APC, me na Sierra Leonean first. The party not just a platform for make her able for contribute me in small way for bring development at the country, and I want every Sierra Leonean for make them emulate the same thing. I want to tell you plenty thank you for giving me the opportunity for join you. And now to me now 1:13 a.m. and I get for wake up in the morning. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That's Dr. Mankota. We grants with this interview from the United States of America. So back to you, Dr. Jalloh. Dr. Mankota just left with you. Dr. Jalloh, you don't hear waiting. Dr. Mankota say the question I go pose back to you as ECOWAS chairman. If he say His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio go use diplomacy for end this Yenga Falaba issue, or should need be, he will get for use the ECOWAS force for come and solve this situation. Dr. Jalloh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Jalloh, I did get you, sir.
Okay. I think President Maada Bio, the only tool where he gets available na the diplomacy. So with this particular recent thing, if at all the Salon soldiers them they are wrong, for do the needful and then get we brothers them. But as ECOWAS chairman, for say we able deploy forces and for protect the border, it not go be that easy. One, not to aggression, they not invade somebody. Even like if we remember the issue of Mali and Burkina Faso, ECOWAS been given ultimatum say if we not do this we go, but that still then do them and then split away. So if you get other nations that will no go agree. It is very complicated, a complicated system. So the best tool available to the president of Salon right now, na diplomacy for engage. And the diplomacy where they engage, you get a cultural diplomacy na in hand, because these are two sister nations. Like the same people where you define na Salon, you define the same people na Guinea. And
yes, Dr. Jalloh, can you hear me? Go ahead.
hello?
Yes, I did get you, sir.
Yes, so diplomacy remains our best available tool, and moving forward, learn from the mistake of the past and try for be patriotic, because Guineans are, like the previous colleague mentioned, let's try to be patriotic, because one thing we I don't observe is that the level of patriotism where the Guineans then get, Salon, I doubt if we get Dande. So, Lori, learn for come together, even though we own differences, but agree on the national interest. And we agree on the national interest, we appear to be a united front rather than a scattered front. Because, when these the Sierra Leoneans that live in Guinea, when they were being deported, there were rumors in Conakry that now we own diplomats themselves, they come with drugs inside the country and then distribute to the various citizens there for drugs. So if you really don't stoop that so low for somebody to look at you like that, you really need for do an introspective look, and then, as we can say in Salon diagram, like Sam behave, it means respect yourself. So but if we don't respect yourself, how other people then go able to respect we? So for even engage in a meaningful dialogue, it will be very difficult, because the person doesn't see the capacity of the one who stand before me. They just see like the baggage where that individual they carry through the actions of certain bad individual in society.
All right, Dr. Jalloh, if you for talk to Timothy Kaba right now, wetin you dey expect am for make e say to Sierra Leoneans with confidence that when e dey return with hands in glove with we brothers then we been sit on our ground.
Yes, I honestly wish I'm well, and in anything, the truth, no matter how hard it is very important for make the citizens them aware. I hope say Team Tabago be sincere, and the people them where you go with Nakonaki, no matter how much hurdles they try for put in way, enough for discourage, and for be steadfast and no say it come for a mission. This thing we don't start so. I mean, not to enforce them they at this seat. President Kaba don't dey, Anesco don't dey, and now Madabio don't dey. So it's the same thing, like patience and look at all the informations where we officers then they give, because at this point I believe they have more information than we the public have, and if and also utilize some of them career officials the way then at the ministry they will know about the geopolitics where don't they exist between Salon and Guinea for a very long time. And as I say, we also get a tool now, the toolbox where now the cultural diplomacy and try for advocate that, use that at in disposal. So unfortunately, this not to the medium wherein we go expound on all those tools of diplomacy that you can use when you are in front of somebody who wants to intimidate you, or when you are in front of somebody who wants to belittle you, and all of them things and they have for maneuver. But I believe, say, since them they like the diplomatic service, all those tools are available to them. So we wish Team Kaba well, Nagini, and hopefully then go arrive at itself. If now we wrong, there is nothing wrong to say yes, we are wrong. If not we wrong, we give them our own evidence to show that these people were on Sierra Leonean soil. I not believe say the Guineans will be so reckless to deny if we come with irrefutable proof. They no go deny. If we also we are wrong, if we present the excuse and the circumstances, I don't think say they will be so callous again for be that type of people again will be one cause chaos. But we no go grandstand, we no know waiting with the grandstand on.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jallow. What time is it to you right now as we speak?
It's about 3:20. I dey prepare for do me Sokoli and then go to bed and look forward to tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jallow, for joining Unity Broadcasting. That not Dr. Jallow, we an international researcher. We all come for discuss the issues where they happen in Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, we get a hold up inside traffic. Well, not traffic, something happened, he could not make it. But we other guests, now the international researcher, Dr. Jallow, we been get for join we from the United States of America, Maryland to be precise. This now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show, you were the part of we don't see a lot of text messages that don't come, but unfortunately, me guests are not able for reply to them, but I'll be able, today, you guys will be opportune for our read on a text message. Keep them trooping in, as now they go to certain gist where they happen. The All People's Congress, like we all say, and see, they don't give the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone via the SLPP-led government a 48 hours ultimatum with the tag Sylvester in appointment. Sylvester go through the vetting yesterday. We don't see member of parliament from the All People's Congress, not the well or not the interview. But this morning, he get for go again for approval. According to the two analysts, and talk say definitely it get for happen. But waiting that they mean to with democracy. Is it dictatorial or is it something inclusive? Would they expect every actors and actresses for the part of the governance system? But again, the other word here for the All People's Congress, when you give dog, you get for look at waiting the dog they eat as a bone. And when the bone is available, you get for look at how the dog in teeth go look by time. Now let's be rational about this whole thing. Appointment of Sylvester Alpha, it's directly from the 1991 Constitution, where we all know that the president get the vested powers for do that. The tripartite, that's the question where I really need for ask Golukata again. I will try for bringing her at the studio. What time the tripartite resolution for be kick in? Was it something immediately or not something where them for don't do them preview and then give it timeline as to when it is effect? Because if we not get that stipulated timeline when it is effecting, that is where we have all these controversies as to the tripartite resolution or the 1991 Constitution with regards to the appointment of Edmond Alpha. So to me, my advice to the All People's Congress, never retreat, because the more you retreat, the more you give the SLPP government, led government, the power for do waiting and one for do. And 2028 is just around the corner. Let we trust the process. All of us as Sierra Leoneans, let us trust the process and do a robust action. You know, when would they go into elections? Yes, there is a tag say before elections, 9 the game they play. But also consider say during elections the game can play better. How does that happen? You get those forms where would they return. This time round, the major tier thing where APC or everybody they blame the All People's Congress is that they quickly decided not to go to court. If the All People's Congress would have gone to court by now or before now, it would have been a simple game ball. But unfortunately, they never had their RF forms. Because they not get them forms there, it creates that tag. You know, go tell an actor, say, come show me your own before me say bring me on. Or let the international community bring their own, NEC bring their own, and the SFP bring them before me bring their own. So my advice to the All People's Congress is that when I not retreat, because when you retreat, you give them more powers for let them jump on to waiting when they indwend, meaning waiting when they speculate. So give this power to them, not to that when I wish, right? The hem of power is what you guys want. And we've had in a lot of interviews where the All People's Congress, they say they are going to form the next government. They are going to be the next president on this seat. So my advice to All People's Congress, structured, is that when I participate in the government, the governance, follow the things the lettered way, make sure things are done, because the 1991 Constitution supersedes that of the tripartite, which I believe, and which is eminent. So, let we contribute to national development, put our houses together. On that day when elections are set to be done, we make sure every polling station is being represented. But from the last elections, from waiting we hear, the All People's Congress then tag say they were not allowed in certain areas for let them man then go for go do observation. But again, this time round, now that's when I need for put on our houses together, put on our hands on deck, that every region, every district, every polling station, when I can as well recruit the citizens of that particular areas. Let's say if I'm afraid for go na Bombali or I'm afraid for go Potloko, use the indigene where they Potloko and make it able represent the All People's Congress, so that at the end of the day, all those forms can return to you. Even before the Electoral Commissioner they come for can say, I, Sylvester Edmond Alpha, do declare so as the president of the president-elect of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Una don't already get una houses in order, una don't get una receipts, una don't get una results, una don't get una forms all in order. That is my advice. But boycotting, it's just giving them more powers, enormous ways for let them do waiting and one do we go militate against una tomorrow. My humble advice as a seat, somebody will sit on at this seat this morning. Now let's look at freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is something way good for Sierra Leone. It is in our constitution. But freedom of speech has some limitations. And when there is limitation, there should be caution. When you caution, then things go work out well. Now let's look at the case of Zainab Sharif. We see everybody they can in the media say Zainab Sharif, free Zainab Sharif. Now we know that some of these NGOs and human rights observers or activists are the ones that engineer these things so that they can make money out of international communities. I stand to be corrected, but I have the right to say that. Why? When I know they come for campaign say, you Sierra Leonean or you citizens do not use certain derogatory or ill statement against a sitting president or against an elder, this will be considered not a freedom of speech anymore. But when they hold them, then when they come for can say, what kind of hypocrisy is that? Have you ever come with a megaphone or come out and say, oh, they can campaign for citizens then, or campaign for the nation, that nobody no for use bad belly language like PPRC they do. See the way how PPRC they structure the political field. Anybody where they go on a station, then they mentor you, then they watch you, and then they scrutinize your statements. I remember I had the spokesperson for the First Lady the other time. I asked him one question. He said, I don't want to comment on that question because I don't want before they left now the studio, PPRC find me party again. Those are the kind of things, those human rights officers or activists, where now they say, free Zainab Sharif, free Zainab Sharif. But do you realize Zainab Sharif has been continuously badging individuals in this nation? Senior citizens, he do that to Sylvia Bladin, he do that to First Lady. All of these things are things where Una as activists for come strongly and say, we cannot tolerate this. These are the things we need to campaign against so that it not go come at we doorstep. But if you all are coming, that's hypocrite to the highest degree, which I do not find befitting not to talk about. That's another thing. And now to Sierra Leoneans, we don't see the $124 to $125 million where the Minister of Information yesterday confirmed Naya. That's a huge sum, right? Yes, indeed, it is a very huge sum. But guess what? That money not to inside salon coffers it come out from the information where I get directly from the source. We get for dinner at the studio anytime next week. It is not coming from the Sierra Leone coffers. It is not coming from the Bank of Sierra Leone. It is not coming from our reserve. The country Sierra Leone is just going to be like a collateral, a signatory, somebody where they put, okay, me go stand for this money. Then go able for send them because whatever they can happen now inside we nation. We see where Lunge get for be a city. I remember where former presidents Kroma been there. He wants let Malama be a city. But unfortunately that did not happen. Now we hear His Excellency Julius Maada Bio say he wants Lunge for be a city according to even waiting the information minister confirmed yesterday. Yes, Lunge wants to be a city, but it's Lunge the only place where for be a city? Some man go say yes because he gets a lot of things there. I remember yesterday I been go through Mike Berwine page when I'm the communications director. He say most people then they come and they afraid for jump over for Kana Salon because then they afraid say they dance inside water and not all everybody they good at water. We airports then all these places they don't sell them. Helicopter safe salon not get yet alone. Good boat safe salon not get yet alone and a helicopter. So how you go say okay I go fly you from Lunge to Freetown, let you tin up na helicopter. Watch Hastings. All the land they don't sell them. They don't encroach on them. So when I look at that also as another pointer we make, if this Lunge city becomes something we good for Sierra Leoneans, where it achievable, we all go celebrate that Lunge don't become a city. The bridge will be made, and then we will begin to see more investors take on the nation. That's now another thing. But now we look at this $125 million. Structure where then one can put na Lunge. The conference is slated in June, according to Minister Bawe confirmer this year. But let's be realistic. How realistic again will that happen? Even if na makeshift house if you want build, let's just think of the clearing of the place. Clearing alone don't take you for complete 1 month for just clear the place, right? It don't take you 1 month or even 2 months. Would they see people the way they build? Would they see roads? Look Matu Road till now. The one day when the Master Sabi one day till now then the fetch for handler. Yet alone for go start a whole structure for 2 months. That is, it's not achievable. It's not possible. If that structure isn't enough, trust me, less than 2 months, that structure get for them. So now we they look at things, we safe where they talk to Papa government, where they listen waiting Papa government to say. We not been get time yesterday for we dive much into that for ask the minister whether indeed the time frame could be okay. But unfortunately, these are questions where we go ask. It is not tangible. It is not possible. It is not to something where we go hide behind the finger. Or maybe not just grab some man, one can grab this money. But to me, it is not possible at all. You cannot build this structure for conference in June in just 2 months. Even if na makeshift house, Pambodi Sefo one can be, which I believe that is not. Just the conference room cannot be built in 2 months. Yet alone the dwellings, who side and they can't sleep. We not get helicopter for fly their individuals then over for can't sleep now. Maybe Mamiyoko Hotel, other nice, beautiful hotels then. So now we they look at the things and see, are they doable? Are they achievable? Is it right? So the only thing I go say as a take home here, the money not to Bank of Salon, it come out, not to we personal treasury, the money they come out. We they stand according to where we listen to the Minister of Finance, where it begins submission. That is my take home where I go talk now, is that the money we just stand as a guarantor for Le Salon, since now we the host the individuals then let that money they come and let the process go on. But definitely 2 months, not even a makeshift how when a body, you will build inside 2 months for that kind conference where they come. The program na Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. I go read few text messages. I use the word few text messages and we go call the program a short. It has been a great opportunity for una way day with we. I really appreciate the love and joy we una the show to Unity Broadcasting of late. We dey in the process of transitioning, and that transitioning will come where we all go take part of. This name Unity Broadcasting, na a name way na in we born with, the platform born with. But then as we dey go along, there are changes where you can make, amendments where you can make to your life. Like somebody will say, they call me Kefe while in this school, even though I have my baptismal name. But what happened? They end up for now say, okay, let's take me English name, which is Elizabeth. So everybody now we end up for know me college days, where part of after college days now start calling me Elizabeth. But before college and even during college was Kefe. So to me, it's the name is still gonna be there because the brand name and the identification is Unity Broadcasting. But then we are contemplating where we go come one day, the public will give an opinion. We are contemplating what name do you think we can use if we have to change or we have to transition, or what do you think if we decide to transition or transition to another name? What do you think? Is it something we can do, something you feel like it's possible, or we stay with Unity Broadcasting? That's the question what they post on now. As I read few text messages now, and we go call the program shots. This na Unity Broadcasting. Me own name na Elizabeth Kefe Gembe, and I dey tell una plenty thank you. I glad for we una all there, and I go read few text messages like I say, and I go call the program a shot. And Mohammed say, well, most of the questions, APC is the only party in this country, not the president, his word in the APC should respect the constitutions, not tripartite. Mohammed say 2028, the narrative will change. The SLPP will continue. Diplomatic engagements. Wow, 2:30 a.m. in America. And the other person say, Mr. or Doctor calling the president officer. Okay, I can't read that, unfortunately. There is nothing in our laws book that point to 10 years between APC and SLPP to rule Sierra Leone. We all know it's 10 and 10 years. Okay, then I reply, APC is not a law. Okay, I cannot read that. But in fact, the 1991 constitution was written by the APC. The APC also ruled between 2007 and 2018. Why did they fail to amend that part of the constitution that had to do with the appointment of the electoral commissioner? Can the APC provide us empirical evidence against Mr. Alpha? Well, that's now, so I go end the message because I don't promise una, but time don't beat we. Plenty thank you to una we send una text message, una we the part of it. The other thing what they encourage una for do na una for go na the page. Click on the page Usa is a review. Do you like Unity Broadcasting? Give you review about it. Waiting will they do where you like. Waiting will they do where you not like. That also can make with the change with ways. We will improve on with services. We will improve on with live broadcast. We will improve on the style where you want slow we do. Plenty people don't send messages. How they want slow they do with live broadcast. That's not the way we want. This now interactive voices, and we're here for connect every voices. Plenty thank you to we studio engineer David Harding for this great thing where he don't do. Wanna see how the live broadcast was. To Alfred Pewa, when the cameraman, and also in assistance in training to the producer of this program, when Suleiman Jallo. Plenty thank you, and me as the chief producer, I tell myself plenty thank you. Good morning and happy weekend to una all. We go there, same time next week. Good morning and bye.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we come to you.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we come to you.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey are so for talk, but waiting they happen. Political